wanna thank you 'cause everything you made is so beautiful. Every single star and every beat of my heart, and it's beautiful. I just wanna thank you 'cause everything you made is so beautiful. Every single star and every beat of my heart, and it's beautiful.
Man, what I wouldn't give for a peanut. What's up, everybody? It's me, Jacob, and today we're getting creative with light. Creativity is imagining what you could do because you were made in God's image. And God could tell you a thing or two about light. It was the first thing he created after all. Let there be light. Oh, no, too bright, too bright. Did you know that light can travel at 186,000 miles per second? If you were in a spaceship, it would take you 3 days to get to the moon. Light can travel to the moon in about a second. Fly me to the moon, let me put in the stars, and never... You can use light in all kinds of creative ways. Not only can you make shadow puppets, you need light to take pictures and make videos. This won't do it all. This is terrible lighting. Lights! No, down with the lights. No, too bright. Thank you. You can use lights to make a concert more exciting. You can even use light to communicate. SOS. Need help. I'm out of chocolate. Sad emoji. I don't actually know Morse code. In today's story, we're going to learn about another use for light. In fact, we're going to learn how you and me can be the light. I can make a bee. I can make a bee. You gotta get the wings. Oh, okay. Bee. I'm a bee. Bzz, 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 bzz. See you in a few.
Good morning, everybody. It is story time again. I'm so glad you've joined me again this week for our story from God's big story in the Bible. This week, we're learning a little more about the time when Jesus was here walking on the earth with all of us people, and he was teaching people, and crowds would gather to hear him, to hear the wise things he would say. See, the people had also heard about these amazing miracles he'd perform. So everybody wanted to see what this Jesus guy had to say and do. Now, there was a guy named Matthew who was with him, and Matthew wrote down a lot of what Jesus said to the people. In fact, what he wrote down is in the Bible for us to still read today, in the book of, you guessed it, Matthew. So at this time, Jesus saw a crowd gathering, so he gathered up the disciples up onto a hill where he could teach and everyone would be able to hear him. So let's read a little bit of what Matthew recorded for us about what Jesus said that day. Here's one thing he said. He said, "You are the salt of the earth. But suppose the salt loses its saltiness. How can it be made salty again? It's no longer good for anything. It'll be thrown out. People will walk all over it." And here's something else he said. "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill can't be hidden. Also, people do not light a lamp and then put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand. Then it gives light to everyone in the home. In the same way, let your light shine so others can see it. Then they will see the good things you do, and they will bring glory to your Father who is in heaven." So, all right, that sounded good, but exactly what do they mean? I mean, Jesus called us a couple odd things there. He said we were salt and light. So what did he mean by this? Let's break it down a little bit. Let's start with the salt here. All right, I don't think I look anything like the salt, do I? No? So how am I like salt? Okay, salt is good for a lot of things, right? What's salt good for? Oh, it's good for popcorn. It certainly makes popcorn a lot better. Oh, and you might not know it, but they even put salt in sweet things like cake. Gives you just that right amount of sweet with a little bit of salty in there. And did you know we even need the right amount of salt to make our bodies strong and healthy? Back in the times of Jesus, salt was extra valuable. They could use it to keep their food fresh in a time when there were no refrigerators. So salt was a good thing, right? But if salt wasn't salty, what would it be good for? Probably not much. But what Jesus was saying there was that he has made us for a purpose. He's made us so that we can be like salt and make things better for the people around us. Okay, so that is how we're like salt. But what about the light? How are we like a light? Okay, light's good too, right? I mean, we need light so that we can see where we're going, right? When it's dark, if I don't have a light, I'm gonna trip over my own feet. I'm a little clumsy. What else is light good for? Light helps you find the way when you're lost, like sailors who are out sailing the sea. If they don't know where they are, they can see a lighthouse, and that'll help keep them safe and let them know which way to go so they don't crash on the rocks. Light's good for a lot of things. Light can even give us hope. Having a light can give us a little hope when things around us might seem dark, maybe even a little scary. Light is good. It's a very good thing. And Jesus is saying that we are like a light too. We can be like a light to the whole world. We can help show the world the light of Jesus' love. Did you know that? By doing good things for the people around us, they can see God's love through us. We're like that city on a hill that Matthew mentioned there in that verse, where we're up on that hill shining for everyone to see. And if we show God's love to everyone around us, we are that light. Jesus said, don't hide that light under a bowl, shine it for everybody to see. So that is how we are like salt and light. So I've got a question for you. Why is it so important that we be like salt and light? Let's go back and look one more time at part of that verse we just read. It says, let your light shine so that others can see it. Then they will see the good things you do, and they will bring glory to your Father who's in heaven. So what does that mean? See, when we do good things and shine Jesus' light for others to see, they're not just seeing us. They're seeing a reflection of God and how much He loves us. We are sharing His story with those around us by being salt and light. He's created us to be like salt so that we can make things better for other people. And by sharing His story and His love with everyone around us, then we are being His light, salt and light. These are things He has created us to be. See, He didn't just tell this story for the disciples. This is for you and me too. We can make the world better. We can shine God's light around for everyone to see. When we do good things, we're honoring God and helping show His love to everyone around us. That is so important. How can you do this? Maybe let's think of some ways that we can shine His light for others to see. Maybe it could be, maybe you can hang out with a friend who's had a bad day. Maybe you could stop everything to help someone who needs a hand. Or we could use our creativity and work together to solve a problem. There's so many ways we can shine God's light for everyone around us to see. You know, when Jesus said that, He was trying to make an easy way for us to understand His plans for us, salt and light. So we can show His love by shining His light, by doing good things for other people, right? When we do that, they're not just looking at us. We're not just shining a light so everyone will look at us and say, look at the good things they did. We're shining that light so people see God. We want them to know God. We want to share His story. In fact, did you know God created you to share His story? He did. Can you say that with me? God created you to share His story. That's right. He wants you to share His story out there. But not only with our words. He wants us to share His story and His love by our actions, what we do, the things that we do to help make life better for other people, and share His love. That's so important because people will pay attention to that when we do good things to honor God. I want you guys to say that with me again. Can you? God created you to tell His story. Say it with me. God created you to tell His story. Okay, now say God created me to share His story. Can you guys say that with me? God created me to share His story. That's right. We can share His story in so many ways. We can also treat other people the way we want to be treated. That's another great way to show God's love to everyone around us and shine His light. What are some other things we could do? Maybe, do you have a gift or a talent? You do, even if you don't think you do. God has made everyone unique and has given everyone unique gifts and talents and creative ways that they can share His love to everyone around us. Use those gifts God's given you. How can you share His story? Maybe if you like art, you can draw pictures to remind people of God and His beautiful creation. Maybe you can write out your favorite verse and share it with a friend of yours who's had a hard day, a verse that encourages you, that might encourage them. Maybe you can just use your creativity to find a solution to a problem. Maybe you can invite a friend at school who's had a hard time at home to come to the park with you and your family. Maybe you could invite your teammates from sports to come over to your church for a special event that you just know they would love. We can share His story with everyone around us in so many ways. God created you to share His story. Guys, thank you so much for joining us this week. I am glad that you were here, and I hope I will see you again next week. In the meantime, will you bow your heads and close your eyes with us, and we will close in prayer. Dear God, thank you so much for making us each unique and creative. Thank you for making each of us like salt and like light, so that we can make life better for those around us, and we can shine your light, tell your story, do good for those around us, and because of that, people will see you. Help us to show other people you and how much you love them through what we do. Thank you so much for being with us all the time, and please bless all the children watching here today. And in Jesus' name, amen. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us for the story this week. I hope I see you next week. Bye! Popcorn. That gives my soul. Oops, I left this on.